Hey guys, welcome circle review worksheet. Here we go. EF is tangent to D. What is the value of x? Well, if EF is tangent to D, then we know that this forms a 90. So that's why the tangent is important. It tells us that that is 90 right there. So really just all you have to do is do 90 plus 66 plus x should equal 180 degrees because, well, this is a what's that shape called? Let's zoom in a little bit, by the way. Can we zoom in? Can I get that? Can I get a zoom in? I don't know what's going on. Let's, can I get closer? Alright, I guess that's my zoom in for today. Okay? Like, can we get better? Alright, having some technical difficulties here. I think that's better. Let's go with that for right now. Okay. Alright, so 90 plus x equals 180. So if we go ahead and solve that, we're going to get x to be 24 degrees. Okay. EF is 14, so this is 14. GF is 8. And then we have x and x. We don't know the radius, so what we can do is we can use Pythagorean Theorem, which is going to be x squared plus 14 squared equals x plus 8 squared. That x plus 8 squared has to be, and we can only do this because of the 90 and that's tangent. So we can factor that. That's going to become x squared plus 16x plus 64 equals 169 plus x squared. What's going to happen here is our x squareds are going to cancel each other out. And then we're going to subtract 64 from the 169. And we're going to get 105 equals, real quick, I think I did that wrong. 196. I knew that was inverted. So 196. So not 105, I apologize. So 196 is 14 squared. Subtract 64 from 196, we get 132, 16x, and it goes in precisely 8.25. And that's our radius. Okay? All right, next. The circumscribe, what is the perimeter? Well, these are congruent pieces here, so that's 5. 6 and 2, add them all together, and we're going to get our value of 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 4 is 14, plus 6 is 20, plus another 6 is 26 inches. Over here, what can we conclude? We can conclude if the chords are congruent, then we can conclude the arcs are congruent. So IJ is congruent to arc XY. Congruent chords, congruent arcs. Number 5. We got x right there. Since 12 is this, and that is also congruent, and they're perpendicular, they're equidistant, so x is equal to 9. Over here, we can redraw this with a 15 right here and use Pythagorean's theorem. X squared plus 7 squared, equals 15 squared, and we can go ahead and take 15 squared and subtract 7 squared from that, and x squared equals 176, square root it, and we are going to get 13.26, but then we need to multiply by 2 because I only found this 13.26 is only this half portion. So that's why we need to multiply it by 2 to get our final answer of 26.5, round to the nearest tenth, and there it is. Number 7 is LM tangent. So if it's tangent, this would be 90, which means this would work in Pythagorean's theorem. And if that's 5, then this would be 5 because that's a radius. So we're going to get 5 squared plus 12 squared equals 13 squared. If you didn't realize, that's a Pythagorean triple. So 5 squared is 25 plus 1, 40. 4 equals 169. That works. So is this a tangent? Yes. Explain. Boom. And we have our math to prove it. 8. So this is a little tricky, but here we go. We got some colors. This x opens up to this arc. Okay? So 86 plus 64 equals 150. Okay, x is an inscribed angle, so x is going to equal half of that, so that's 75. 58 opens up to this arc here, which is y, so y is going to be double 58, or 116. Z opens up to the same arc, so it's going to be half of y, which is 58. Alright? We have to use inscribed angles correctly. They're going to appear often. Number 9. Center 2, 3, radius 5. So x minus 2 squared plus x minus 3 squared equals 5 squared, which is 25. So the equation we have is, let's just write it over here real quick, x minus h squared plus y, that's a y, minus k squared equals r squared. So this is our equation. Our center is actually called hk, so that's why we plug them in. You plug in basically the opposite of what you see. Okay, then we got to square our radius. So here, this is just going to be x squared, 0 doesn't do anything to it, plus y plus 1, notice it's the opposite of what I see, equals 7. The square root of rad 7 is 7. Just cancels it out. What's the center radius? So you pull out the opposite, so I get 4, 3, and my radius is 4. Take the square root of it because it's r squared. Over here we're going to get negative 7, 0, and r is the square root of 10. It's not a perfect square. We can leave it. What is the name of a major arc? Well, a major arc has to be greater than 180, and we have to use 3 letters. So B-E-D, bed. And if you're watching this video and it's late at night, go to bed. What is BC? Arc BC is this piece right here. So this arc right here is equal to this central angle 60. If I add those two together, 82 plus 60, subtract from 180, we're going to get 38. So again, these 3 angles have to add up to 180. The central angle is equal to its intercepted arc, so it is 38 degrees. What is the circumference of A? If you don't know the formula for circumference, I have pity on you for the test. But it's 2 pi r. Our radius is 3, so it's just going to be 6 pi. What's the length of CED? CED. So if you look at this picture, CED is the entire circle except for 60. So 60 away from 360 is 300. So we do 300 divided by 360. We want length, so what we want to do is go ahead and do pi r squared. Right? No, it's not pi r squared. Come on, guys. Get with it, man. It's 2 pi r. Length has to do with circumference. Okay? So make sure you do it right. 300 divided by 360 multiplied by 6 pi, or 6, we should get 5 pi. That's our answer. What is the area of a circle with a circumference of 18 pi? Area, 18 pi. Okay, we want area, but the circumference is 18 pi. So we do 18 pi equals 2 pi r, because this is the circumference equation. Divide by 2 pi, and we get 9 equals r. What's the area? Well, area is pi r squared. So we square it, we get 81 pi. Last but not least, what's the area of the shaded region? Here's the shaded region. So it's 120 over 360 times 2 pi r. Wrong. It's area. So that's not 2 pi r, guys. It's pi r squared. What's the radius? 6. Love pencils, don't you? 120 divided by 360 times 36 gives me 12 pi. All right, cheers, mate. Good job. Extra credit. What should we do? Okay, extra credit. Name 2 Ducks players on the second page of the test. Two Ducks players. Over and out.